Hey, it is 12:45 in the morning, December 26th, and I'm just getting home from a beautifully blessed festive occasion. Had a little bit to drink, and I'm sleeping. So, Merry Christmas. Thank you all. Happy holidays for everybody who sent me texts on yesterday. As most of you know, I appreciate it, but I don't really get into all of the text messages and all that. So thank you. I appreciate you all. This message, this thought has been brewing in my spirit for a few days, and I was contemplating whether or not I was going to share it. Well, I knew it needed to be shared, but it was a matter of when and how. And so, right now, as tired as I am, before I go to bed, I'm deciding to share it now. What's in my face? Okay, anyway, I had a hat on. But I want to say, and bear with me as I take my time with this, there are a lot of folk who are running through life, or going through life, or going on their journeys, operating from places of trauma. And a lot of people are misguided because in their mind, in their experience, in what they've been told, trauma is something dramatic, like a car accident or a near-death experience, or, oh my God, I saw somebody get murdered or whatever. But trauma, I will say this to you from my experience, trauma is anything that disrespects you, that robs your sense of peace, that snatches your voice, that takes away your sense of security and safety. And so I think of the times, like as little black boys, a lot of times we're told as kids, children, something hurts our feelings, or we actually literally break a bone or whatever, or someone beats us up and we're told to man up and all this other stuff. We're not allowed as children to just be children and to just feel. And sometimes things have not been told to us directly, but we've heard what our parents, our aunts and uncles, our cousins, our siblings, our friends, our peer group has said. And what we're naturally feeling, what is natural, what is innate, how we feel about certain things is demonized, is bastardized, is ostracized, is made to feel negative or less than or shameful. And so we grow up into these adults, and we go through relationships, we go through friendships, we go through marriages, we go through family members, and we have these relationships that where we're not showing up authentically. We're not allowed to. We have men who don't allow women to just be women and feel every emotion they're supposed to feel. We have women who don't allow men to feel every emotion they're supposed to feel naturally. We have this warped sense that has been drilled in us, told to us, forced on us, that we're not allowed to be complete human beings. We're not allowed to feel and show emotion on every level. And so we operate from these levels, we operate from these deficits, and we pass it on to our children, to our loved ones, to our nieces, our nephews. And I just, again, my thought, my prayer, my hope is always not to try to tell anyone how to feel, but to let people know that whatever you're feeling is true, it's valued, it's worth exploring, it's worth discussing, it's worth having a conversation. If you love someone or care about someone who does not allow you the space, the freedom, the safety, the security to be 100% 100% authentically you, to express whatever it is you're feeling. And get this, there are some people who are just as confused or closed-minded as you are or that you may be. But if people don't provide a space that says, I don't understand it, I don't know what it is, but I'm open enough, I love you enough that I'm going to give you the space to be who you are, to express who you are. And because I love you, because I respect you, I'm going to try my best, to the best of my ability, to learn, to understand, to feel what you're feeling. And so I say all of this to say, a lot of people and a lot of the things that people post and a lot of things that people comment about and comment on, it's based off of the fear and the regret and the anger and the shame of not being who they really are, or not feeling what they really feel, not being allowed to express how they really feel. And a lot of times people will go hard against something that they're actually dealing with because they want to throw the suspicion off of themselves, or the spotlight off of themselves, as opposed to us allowing people to show up fully as they are. And just because you feel something doesn't mean that's who you are. And people change, people grow, people develop, people get knowledge. You know, what we're exposed to, the more exposure we get, the more insight we get. Stop putting people in boxes. Allow people to feel and express who they really are. Stop stunning your growth and the growth of the people you claim to love. Stop operating from places of fear, shame, guilt, and trauma. And it's easy to say, I'm not traumatized, ain't nothing happened to me, but not being allowed to express your voice. There are some people who I know were in families, large families, where they had to fight just to be seen. Or even in smaller families, you may not have been told, but you were shown that your voice, your opinion, your feelings don't matter. And so you carry that on into your everyday life today. You know it's not working, but that's all you know. And you're too afraid to let go of it. But I'm letting you know right now, not only is it okay to be yourself and let go of the shame and guilt and foolishness that you've been taught, but it is vital, it is necessary if you're interested in being a fully developed, well-rounded person who shows up authentically as your entire self. And who you are today it does not define who you're going to be tomorrow. But if you don't embrace the truth of who you are right now in this moment, it's going to be so much harder to grow into who you are destined to be. So, if you have people, if you yourself, and then if you have people in your life who shame you or guilt you into trying to live a life that's not authentic to yourself, You don't have to get rid of them altogether, but you need to limit how much you allow them to speak into your life. And if you don't have people who are willing to be open enough to say, you know what, I never considered that, but because you brought it to my attention, we're going to work this together. People are stuck on stupid. Let them stay stuck on stupid. But please stop getting caught up in someone else's idea of who you're supposed to be or what life is supposed to be, because all of us have individual journeys. And this is my thought. I don't believe in the concept of sin as it was presented to me, but I believe if there is a sin, and I've said this many times, if there really is a sin, the only sin that there is if you believe in a higher power, that this higher power gave you the gift of life, and you choose not to live it fully, truthfully, and authentically. What a level of disrespect to be given a gift to live as you choose, however you want. And as people in the Christian faith say, God gives you what? He gives you choice. What's the word they say? He gives you free will. So you choose not to live your authentic self. That's a sin to me. Anyway, I'm operating from love. Those who get it, get it. Those who need it will get it. Those who want to be in a peanut gallery will be in a peanut gallery. The truth doesn't need my help. It doesn't need anybody's help. The truth is still the truth, regardless of how you feel about it. Allow yourself the space to live authentically, to live truthfully, to grow into the greatest iteration of yourself that you are supposed to be. And you can't do that if you're not being honest with yourself. You can't do that living in fear, living in shame, living in guilt. Free yourself and live authentically. I love you guys for free. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. If you celebrate nothing at all, like I love folk all year round. I try to show it all year round so I don't get caught up in the holiday spirit. the loving spirit as always. So I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I'm going to bed because I'm beyond tired, but I love you guys. Thank you for listening. That was in my spirit and I had to share it. So good night.